Welcome to Rare Whiskey Friday, and I propose an experiment.
Okay.
So today is Marcus Di Napoli Day, where he becomes a patron saint.
I was gonna bring my hat. Remember the hat of generous giving? I found the hat.
So this is all Westland.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good day, guys.
This
is all Westland. It's all Marcus Di Napoli.
Okay.
And he crosses the threshold into patron saint of whiskey.
Okay. What's your experiment?
I'm gonna pour one per glass, and we're just gonna A/B compare like a tasting table of Westland single casks.
So by experiment, you mean the thing we always do?
No.
Marcus Di Napoli, you patron saint of whiskey.
Rule of threes for comedy. All right.
So you propose pouring and tasting and comparing the whiskeys.
No. What I want to get is a distillery experience. Like you go to the distillery and you visit and you say, I want to do a flight.
Right.
We're going to do a Westland flight.
Okay.
All at the same time. Instead of just
as
sitting
much
on
as
one
we
at a
talk
time.
about Westland,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're fans of Westland. We thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoy the Westland. The vast majority of their offerings, with very few exceptions, we've really, really liked. Are they still small enough, craft enough, not having a tremendous amount of distribution of, to be considered a rare whiskey?
Yes.
Okay.
For the ones we're drinking.
Oh, right on.
Right? So I would say it's getting a hell of a lot easier to actually get
Do
Westland.
you usually get bubbles in a whiskey?
Oh, I spit in that one. Ah! Oh, now I gotta refill it.
I feel so close to you right now.
That's so gross. Here, refill that one.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, of course it is.
Not really a shooting whiskey,
No, it's really not.
but I can
What
confirm
in the world?
the blur as it flies by tastes quite nice.
It's like admiring the paint job on a NASCAR or a Formula One race.
Hey, there's
Okay, so...
I like the color palette.
Yeah.
Nice font choice.
Okay. So, let's do these first. Start with this one.
Yes.
This is cask 2508.
Yes.
This was, these two right here are them experimenting with barley styles, among other things.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
So, the one you just grabbed is a Pilsen malt from Best Malts.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one
Pilsen?
is Golden Promise.
The Golden Promise I'm digging.
Yeah, well, because Golden Promise is the same one Balcones is using.
Right. So, but just,
Right?
have you nosed these yet?
Not yet. And the third one is cask 3204, which is a sherry cask. Oloroso hogshead
you
cask.
see the color.
Look at that. Look at that, right?
Color difference.
I mean, even in the glass.
for real, man.
So I think we compare the first two.
yeah, the first
This is the same process, Pilsen malt, Golden Promise malt.
the malt absolutely makes a difference.
This makes me feel like we're back at Waterford.
Waterford, yeah. So this is a little bit more of a
It's lighter.
like a thinned out vanilla.
Yeah. This has got a lot of density to it.
Thinned out vanilla on the,
Now, just on those, A/B compare.
and then
Oh, yeah. Bright, shiny, almost Irish.
and then this is a little bit more rich, almost fruity. It's definitely more dense and sweet maltiness. Not quite fruity though. It's still the malty. It becomes so sweet. Almost leans into the fruity character. Almost not quite floral.
Oh, man. That is Irish. That's Irish malt.
What?
It's Irish malt. Not Irish whiskey like Jameson or Bushmills.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Bushmills is malt. So, but it's like a heavily, like pot still Irish malt. It's beautiful.
No, you're
rounded vanilla, that shortbread cookie note is in there.
I was gonna say, I'm with you, but for
The shortbread.
But for the shortbread.
Well, now I'm finding it.
That rich,
It's not as dominant as Irish. It's
rich,
buried.
buttery, savory shortbread cookie. No, I'm finding all the other Irish maltiness in there.
Oh, and the Golden Promise.
Now,
this
is the one I'm looking forward to.
Classic Speyside.
This is the one I'm.
Oh, drink it. It's classic Speyside / Highland, slightly musty malt, but earthy.
Do you think these American distilleries, but we're making all of these comparisons to
Scotland and
Scotland and Ireland and other countries' whiskeys, they're like, well, damn it, fellas, American whiskey's a thing too, and we got. Do you think they get a little butthurt about that?
I think it's possible because, like, I feel that way about Texas.
Yeah.
Right? When people compare Texas whiskey to, like, Kentucky,
Right.
my response is always, who gives a shit what Kentucky's doing? They're doing a great job of Kentucky.
Right.
We don't need a second Kentucky. We need Texas.
Oh.
So don't compare Texas to Kentucky. Compare Texas to what Texas is doing well.
Right.
And so I could argue the same thing with Westland. Like, fuck Scotland and Ireland.
Right.
We're doing amazing things in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But as someone who's trying to bring people into this, you got to start with where they are.
Well, yes, absolutely.
You got to meet them where they're at.
You start with the framework people already have,
Yes.
the experiences that they can reference, and
Yes.
then from there you can pull them into your world.
Yes. Now that Golden Promise is amazing.
I think Golden Promise was made for whiskey.
Yeah, not for bread or for farmers or anything else.
It's
just whiskey. No beer.
Whiskey.
All right, now this...
Only people that can get Golden Promise, they should only be whiskey makers. Because my God, does that make a good whiskey?
I'm going to pour you your own of this
Rich,
one.
beautiful, thick, voluptuous, sweet.
Oh, no. It's got all of that space-sidey butterscotch, deep honey notes.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to move on to the, because remember this is technically going to move quickly.
Almost a black
Cask 3204. You know why?
Black pepper.
This is heavily peated and then put into a sherry cask.
Oh.
So I gave us both this one.
Do we know what kind of peat there?
No.
Wow, that's a big old just... Do you ever get like the coarse ground black pepper where you bite into a big chunk of the black pepper? What's it called? What are they called? The peppers before they're cracked. Peppercorns. Like a big chunk of peppercorn.
By accident, like it didn't make it to the grinder correctly, and then
I'm on the nose still, but it burst to that black peppery.
This is like a deep, dense forest peat. This is not briny, salty peat.
Right.
This is forest fire. Peat.
Forest fire, and it's like if you ever get a really heavily black peppered beef jerky.
Yes.
The smell of that.
Yeah, peppercorn, black peppercorn beef jerky.
Yeah. Wow, it's a beautiful.
I like this.
I love that nose.
Oh, there it is. I wasn't sure I was going to get the sherry cask, but the sherry cask is if you dipped that black peppercorn beef jerky into sherry. It's still dominantly beef jerky peppercorn, but now it's coated in, this is maybe one of my favorite Westlands I've ever had. Holy crap.
Can we just not talk for a minute? Can we just
wow.
Just bask.
Did you know that Marcus hand-filled this bottle for us himself at the distillery?
Damn it, Gina Poli.
It's only available at the distillery.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You cannot buy this. You can only drink it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, here. I'm just going to do you a favor. You can only drink this if you go and hand fill the cask. And by the way, this cask is probably gone now. Because he filled this.
Why? Why does this happen?
Last September.
We have like a pile of sacrificial goats.
Yeah.
Like, my God, this is phenomenal. This is amazing. This is game changing. Daniel, how can I have this in my life every waking moment?
Yeah.
It's all gone.
It's all gone. Nope, not possible. Look, like I was going to say, Westland.
And it's not that I find out it's impossible to get and then I love it more. It's before the fact.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, this is my wheelhouse has been expanded. I want to live here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to set up shop. I want like a little 2-bedroom apartment right there. There's the entertainment. Right, you got the sofa, a little kitchenette. Right, and I hang my ass over the edge, keeping it classy. I don't want to drop a hot deuce in here.
Got a hot
keeping it
plate.
Classy, hanging it over the edge. But no, I can't live here.
No.
Oh,
You can't.
hold on. It's uncontrollable. You can't stop the sacrificial goats. Did yours look
You know when you're eating breakfast and you get to the last piece of bacon, you finish everything else, and you're like, I want one more piece of bacon, and there's still maple syrup on your plate from the pancake, and you dip the bacon into the syrup?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is. And that's not happening.
You just took
No.
the thing.
No.
There's a note.
That's not how it works.
There's a note on here that says...
Just for Rex.
This is just...
No, that was just the red breast.
They used a dark marker. You can't really see it that way. You have to hold it up to the light. But if you hold it up to the light, it just says it was... Just put this over here.
Okay. finally on Rare Whiskey Friday, where we spent way too much time on something that just captured. So here's the thing about Westland: the fact that they saved that release for just people who showed up and put it in a bottle. It's like Jesus,
right?
Like saved the best wine for the very end of the wedding party.
Then he presents the miracle of
Westland, the whiskey Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Okay, this is the Garyana, which we reviewed Garyana.
Oh yeah.
Nathan Huey sent it.
No, we love the Garyana.
Yeah. That was the 2018.
Yeah.
This is the 2019 Garyana.
Oh.
What they're trying to figure out is all the variations of Garyana oak. What happens if you use it for finishing? So this is a blend of things that involved Garyana, ex-rye, ex-bourbon, sherry cask, and then refilled Garyana oak. So new oak and refilled Garyana oak.
Okay. Ooh, getting a little bit more of a floral fruitiness on that nose. Definitely not in smoky black peppercorn peat territory.
No, definitely not.
We're not there.
Oh wow, it's way more like mild blended sherry cask.
Here's the moment.
We made a mistake coming to this.
We should have hit this and then the black peppercorn.
Yes, we absolutely huge mistake.
Because now I think the black smoky peaty peppercorn, that's throwing me off of what's actually going on in here.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there's a subtlety to this that's blind to us right now because of that really smoky cask. But coming back to it, it's sort of rose.
Going hands free.
It's rose petals and butterscotch.
Hands free.
You ever do the? You ever see the potpourri that's just a rose petal potpourri? It reminds me of that.
Rose petal potpourri.
Rose petals and butterscotch.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, you got the floral sweetness, but it also has like the plant element, the actual chlorophyll plantiness.
Yeah.
With,
there it is. There's this nice little, really subtle. See, this is
you gotta
so beautifully subtle.
Yeah. This was way too subtle for us to do last.
We should have started with this.
And then the more I just live in this, it's more opening up more and more.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I think I've decided that if I have to pick my favorite Westlands, I mean the classic lines are amazing. The peated classic Westland malt, it's glorious. But if I had to pick my preferred, I would start an evening with Garyana, and then I would move to that hand-filled cask that you'll never ever be able to get again, including us.
It's
cherry and chocolate.
And there's the nuttiness, like the coffee nuttiness.
It reminds me of
shows up on the finish after this beautiful sweet of like a sugar water floral mixture.
It reminds me of like the hazelnut candy bars, like you get in Cadbury's. It's like hazelnut chocolate bar.
Okay, all right, yeah, hazelnut. I can see that getting near the end there, about 3/4 of the way through.
Oh God! All right, so we should probably end Rare Whiskey Friday. By the way, it's roughly 10 a.m. or earlier, and dry week starts in about 2 hours.
Really? That's a lot of. I can do this. I can do this in 2 hours.
We're fine.
In 2 hours, I got this.
I got you one. All right.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so
we're just stocking up.
When we get back from the dry week, we're going to be putting the link to the list of whiskey challengers.
Yes.
Choose to join us for this week of no drinking whiskey.
That's right.
Just to check in. To 1, reset the palate.
That's right.
2, make sure there's no substance issue sneaking up on us here. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, you fight for a friend.
Steal, may you steal your lover's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.
After dry week.
Holy crap! That distillery release is amazing.
I just want to fly there, and well, they don't have anything that I can steal from them.
Yeah, make love to the barrel.
That's a flavor impact you don't want.
Yeah.